graders, Miss Wallace here. Yes, I am completely covered, almost from head to toe, trying to show you some of the personal protective equipment that we're going to be using this year. First, let me take off my face mask so you can hear me a little bit better. So yes, you will be required to wear a face mask if you are within 6 feet of someone for a period of 15 minutes. What is that going to look like in class? Well, most of our classes are going to be pretty full of students. So we're going to have to wear our face mask most of the time in the classroom. We're working really hard to try to provide areas in the classroom where maybe you can take your mask off for a little bit if you need a break. During lunch, when you eat, you won't be required to wear your mask. But when you're walking down the hallway, you will need to have that. When you go to recess, you will not have to wear it. But we need to be mindful as we line up that we put space in between us and our classmates so we can protect each other. Now, the other thing I have on is a face shield, and you're going to see a lot of your teachers wearing these face shields because you have to be able to see our mouths, and it's going to help you understand what we're trying to communicate to you. I have gloves on, but we're really not going to be wearing gloves that often. The most important thing is our hand washing. We're going to go over hand washing procedures with you that first day of school. Now, you'll notice that I have a lab coat on, and the purpose of this lab coat is really more for science related topics. So when we go into the lab, now I don't have lab coats for all of you. I wish I did. I do have aprons available, and these are designed just to keep your clothes clean. We do work with oil sometimes, cooking oil, and I don't want that to get on your clothes because it's going to stain. So what I usually do is I suggest you bring an old t-shirt, and we can keep it in the cabinet in the lab, and you can put that on if we're going to do a lab experiment. Or if you forget to bring an old t-shirt, then you can just go to the restroom, flip your t-shirt inside out. That way, if it does get a stain, it'll be on the inside, and hopefully it won't ruin your clothes. Okay, if you have any questions about this, we're going to be posting our 5th grade policies and procedures in our Google Classroom. You can always refer back to it, or Mrs. Rouse is posting information on our district website. So you can always refer to that to help answer your questions. Another thing is supplies, school supplies. So you're not going to be allowed to share school supplies with your classmates. So we teachers have devised ways for you to keep all of your supplies together, and only you will be using those. Very, very important, if you put those supplies in your backpack at the end of the day, don't forget your backpack the next day because you're going to need those supplies. You know that the school supply lists look different because we're going to be providing all of those smaller supplies for you. You just had to make sure you got your face mask, personal hand sanitizer, backpack, and earbuds. Okay, so make sure that you bring all of those. I hope I've answered some of your questions, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Hey boys and girls, I'm going to talk to you about the beginning of your day every day. When you get to school in the morning, you have a couple of choices. You can wait in the gym or the cafeteria for dismissal. If you need to eat breakfast, you can do that. You can also go to the library. They will be open at 7:30. You have to sign in when you go to the library, and you want to be sure that there are we want to be sure there are no more than 5 students at a time in there. So you may have to stand in line to wait for that. You also can go to your classroom at 7:30. And if you need morning tutorials, you can go and visit several teachers. Miss Weddle in room 314, Miss Gibson can help you with reading, and she will be in room 313, or Mrs. Beasley can help you in room 400. Content Mastery is also open in the morning too, so we want to be sure that you have a place that you can come and get your homework done first thing in the morning if you forgot it or didn't get it done. You want to be sure that you can go in your classroom any day just to catch up on work, check in with your teacher, or sit and read quietly starting at 7:30. And that's something that's a little different this year. You'll have until 7:55, and that gives you plenty of time to read here at school. So we hope that you'll be organized and be able to get all of your work turned in on time, and it'll help you to be successful. So be here early, be here on time, and that is at 7:30 to 7:55.
Hi, my name's Christy Beasley, and I'm one of the special education teachers here at Rains Intermediate. I'm also available for morning tutorials for any student in the morning from 7 a.m. until 7:30, 7:45. So if you need any help with any of your subjects, just come on by my room 400.
Hi kids, I want to talk to you about lunchtime. If you're bringing your lunch, you'll have it with you, you'll carry it down to the cafeteria. If you're going to be buying lunch, you'll go through the line with your card and you can get it. One thing we need to think about is we're used to using microwaves to heat up our food, but because of the new guidelines, we can't use microwaves. So bring things in a heated thermos or bring things that are going to just stay cold. Get creative with it. Or remember, at Rains Intermediate, everyone can get free breakfast and lunch. Make sure that you're staying distance. Make sure that you're noticing which seats you're allowed to sit in and which ones you can't sit in. Okay? We're gonna have a great time. Keep your hands to yourself. Wash your hands.
Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Phillips, or you can call me Mrs. P. I will be one of the 5th grade math teachers and social studies teachers, and each one of us are taking a part to share our procedure handbook. Today I'm going to talk about absences. Things that you need to remember or make note of is that when you are sick and you come back to school, bring a note from your doctor or your parent so that you don't get an unexcused absence. Stop by the office and pick up a blue absentee slip before you can enter the classroom. Also, you need to know that it's your responsibility to take care of your work. You need to go to each teacher in the morning or before class starts in the morning and ask that teacher for your work that you would have missed on the day that you were absent. Also, this is a school policy that you have the same number of days to complete your homework as you do the days that you were out. For instance, an example would be if you're absent one day, you have 1 day to get that work turned in. Also, it is your responsibility to make sure your work does get turned in. And lastly, recess time or tutorials may be used by each teacher to help you get caught up with any missing work. Thank you and have a great year.
Hi, I'm Miss Irwin, and this year I'm going to be teaching 5th grade science and social studies. I just wanted to take a quick minute and talk to you about some of the labs that we're going to be doing. I know that some of you kiddos are going to be remote learners, so labs for you are going to look a little bit different than what they're going to be like here in the classroom, but for the most part, we're going to try and make them about the same as best that we can. So we're going to really try to use materials that you'll find available at the house that are cheap and expensive, and if there are any labs that we do that may require materials that we feel that you might not have at home, then we will put together a kit and get those available for you for y'all to pick up and be able to complete those experiences at home as well.
Hey guys, I'm Mr. Bounds, and I want to talk to you today about our grading policy and making sure we're completing our work on time. We want to make sure we're always working hard and turning our work in by the due dates. If you turn in your work late, we will be deducting 10 points for every day that your work is late. After the progress reports go out, we will not be accepting any work that was assigned prior to the progress report date. Also, when work is turned in late, you're subject to having your RISE folder signed. But we want to get this year started off on the right foot, and we want to work hard and get all of our work turned in on time so we don't have to deal with any of that. We look forward to seeing you on Thursday.